So in my blog I talk about an incredible device called the Stress Eraser, which allows you, it measures your heart rate and your heart rate variability and allows you to basically, through controlling your breath, it allows you to sort of balance out the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system to really calm your body down. And there's actually quite a bit of clinical evidence that this can be very helpful for so many conditions and diseases, and even things like post-traumatic stress disorder, which we have a lot of our soldiers coming back from the war with this very serious condition. So being able to control your breath, and it's almost sort of like a form of meditation, but it makes it more game-like. I did find another app by this same company called the Stress Doctor, and it's the same kind of idea. You have to put your finger on it, but what it does, and I think this may have only been $1.99, it wasn't very expensive, is it pretty much does the same thing, and it starts measuring the pulse through your fingertip, and then it's going to create a wave, and you're going to try to follow the wave, and what you're trying to do is balance out your autonomic nervous system through almost kind of yoga or meditative type of breathing. So when you get to the top of the wave, you're supposed to exhale, and then when you get to the bottom of the wave, you inhale. And this is very similar to the Stress Eraser device that you can buy for about $120 up to about $170 off the internet, kind of depending on where you get it. And this is certainly not nearly as accurate. Of course, I'm talking, so I'm not actually doing this. But the goal is to get a certain amount of points per session and accumulate, say, 90 to 100 points per day, just as you would if you were using the Stress Eraser. So again, this is not as good. It's not as accurate because, of course, if you move your finger, you get some goofy measurements. But I've tried it, and if you're really pretty delicate with how your finger's on there and you keep it pretty stable, it works actually pretty well. And if you do it for 3 to 7 minutes, you definitely feel calm, and you definitely feel like you're a little more balanced in terms of those two divisions of your nervous system. So once again, this is another app that I found. It's called the Stress Doctor, made by the same company that does the stress check. They have actually a couple cool apps. They also have a heart rate one if you just want to measure your heart rate. The company is a Zoomio, and I get nothing for this. I'm just relaying the information on to other people. There's nothing in it for me. I'm just trying to help other people. But this is kind of neat, and it measures your pulse through the same thing, so you can just kind of get an idea of your resting heart rate at any given moment, and you can keep track of it. There's a free version of this, and then I think for 99 cents or $1.99 you can buy the paid version. And what that does is it just gives you more data, more storage, so you can store and you can kind of track it. So these are just helpful things that I thought would be good for people to know, because stress is happening to all of us all the time, and most of us are unfortunately going to die of a stress-related condition. It's just kind of reality. If you look at a lot of the diseases out there, that can lead to chronic inflammation, which leads to many of these killer diseases. So being able to control your stress and your heart rate variability in any way that we can, I think is very, very helpful, and I hope you'll share this with other people if you found that you got anything out of this. You can reach me at realitybasedfitness.com or my sprinting website, primalspeed.net.